Time for some Ohio State football talk here at Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. We please encourage you to help us build the channel by grabbing the Amazon link in the description section below. Just use Amazon using that link. Doesn't cost you an extra penny. Also, we've got 2 exclusive live streams at our Voice of College Football community. Grab that link down below as well. 2 exclusive live streams where I bring you on to talk college football with me and respond to your viewer comments, totaling more than 40,000 year to date. So thank you so much for the response. Got Chip Minute on the line from theozone.net. Chip, first time here. We appreciate you stopping by.
Like you said, first-time caller, long-time listener. It's tremendous. I'm tremendously honored to be a part of your program. I really enjoy everything you do for college football. So thank you again for offering me the opportunity to be a part of it.
Thank you so much, Chip. Of course, we bring on your guy, Tony Gerdeman, quite often and have some nice conversations with him. I'm sure this will be much of the same.
Well, I appreciate that. And yes, Tony Gerdeman is a tremendous resource for Ohio State football, especially at theozone.net. For those of your viewers who are not familiar with theozone.net, please go there because Tony Gerdeman, I'm merely a contributor. Tony Gerdeman is kind of the brains of the operation, so to speak.
Tony's the brains of the operation, and you're still holding it together. That's good to know. No, Tony's a great guy, and again, the insight that we gained from him is remarkable. So good stuff, I'm sure, is to come with Chip here. And just about a day and a half ago, we learned of another Ohio State commit in the 2020 class. This is linebacker Cody Simon out of New Jersey, who was targeted by many to go to Nebraska, a team that's on Ohio State's schedule this year. Your thoughts about Simon's commitment, and also just any particular thoughts about the haul to date in 2020?
Well, it's very, very remarkable the job that Ryan Day has been doing in his first year as Ohio State's head coach. I think there were a lot of concerns from the Ohio State fan base that here's a career assistant moving into one of the most prestigious jobs in all of college football, following a legendary head coach in Urban Meyer. And as you said, Ohio State has been making a haul recently. Cody Simon is among them. Also, yesterday, Darrion Henry, who's a defensive lineman out of Cincinnati Princeton, also verbally committed. But you asked about Cody Simon. He's listed 6'1" outside linebacker. Viewing some of the recruiting highlights of Cody Simon, he's a very versatile player, and he plays on offense as well for his high school at wide receiver. So this is just pure speculation on my part. I'm kind of curious to see if Cody Simon is going to get an opportunity to play at the bullet linebacker position. It's kind of a hybrid linebacker / safety position when he eventually winds up on campus for Ohio State. Getting to Darrion Henry as a defensive lineman, I think part of the attraction that he has is his versatility to play not only as a defensive end, but also as an interior defensive lineman. The fact that longtime Ohio State defensive line coach Larry Johnson, his reputation precedes him. I think that Henry looked at the opportunity to be coached by one of, if not the best defensive line coaches in all of college football, certainly played a major part in his commitment. But as you said, Ohio State, they've been making a haul on the recruiting trail. There's 15 verbal commitments. Just this last week alone, Ohio State was also able to obtain an offensive lineman commitment for the class of 2021, a very prominent Ohio offensive lineman by the name of Ben Chrisman from the Richfield Revere area. He's listed at 6'6", 299 pounds. So even in the 2021 class, which has far to go, they have 4 very, very highly touted prospects. So all of the concerns that Ryan Day wouldn't be able to be successful on the recruiting trail, I think those are being put to rest with the work that he and his staff have been doing so far this summer.
As you mentioned, Henry, the 11th rated defensive tackle in the country, 2nd rated player in the state, Ben Chrisman out of Revere High School, a stomping ground of mine, very close to where I grew up. Top 3 player in the state in a class that I just learned from our guy, Tony Gerdeman, just this week. for the next couple seasons, especially that 2021 class appears to be one of the stronger ones in recent Ohio high school play.
Yes. And I guess for your longtime listeners, I was going to say that Richfield, besides being the home of Ben Christman, it was the longtime home of the Cleveland Cavaliers before they moved downtown. So the home of the vaunted Richfield Coliseum. I'm familiar with that as well. But as Tony Gerdeman mentioned on your recent show, Ohio does have a lot of highly talented, highly touted young men playing throughout the state. And it is very, very rewarding as an Ohio State fan to see that Ryan Day and his staff have been making a lot of focused attention on offering and getting these young men from the state of Ohio to commit to the Buckeyes.
Got Chip Minnick on the line from the ozone.net. Please join him, the rest of the staff right there, Tony Gerdeman included, as they do some excellent work on Ohio State football coverage. And of course, we're just a few weeks away from Big Ten Media Days, and then the boys hit the field to practice just a few days after that.